Let's go on to the Telegraph before I get us in trouble, Paul.
Yeah, surgeons operate only once every fortnight. That's the risk because of a lack of staff. Now, you're right to say right at the beginning there, this seems not enough, and not enough time being dedicated by surgeons. There's too much time being committed by surgeons, not enough time by surgeons. But this is about their staff, because a surgeon can't operate alone. I mean, Lewis, if he was a surgeon, he could operate alone. No doubt he would. There'd be all sorts of things going on. But what's going on here is that there just isn't the teams around them. And I don't know if it's because they're always on strike, but it feels to me as if that's probably too cynical, and it's much more about the fact that there's just not enough people joining the NHS because it's a terrible place to work.
Right. And surgeons are saying, they want to operate, but they're facing these bureaucratic demands, so they can't actually do it. And they end up basically lazier than comedians, Lewis.
Yeah, well,
no way.
You know what? First of all, we need fewer surgeons. And we need more nurses. We could probably get by with 90% less doctors.
You're basing this on?
Basing my own personal experience. We need people in the hospital to take care of the sick people because their families won't take care of them. There's no love in the world, so they need to go to the hospital to have their bottoms wiped and to have them being fed when they're sick.
Okay.
I don't think they need doctors, and I'll tell you something else. Let's go a step further. Is that when the state owns the hospitals, you're going to have these kind of problems. The state is unfit for doing anything.
Full-on anarcho-capitalism from Lewis Schaffer. Lewis, speaking of wiping bottoms, there's a story about Biden being very old on the front page.
Well, he is old, and this woman who is basically trying to, her name is Nikki Haley, I think she's the governor of...
She's one of the Republican candidates as well.
Yeah, she's a Republican candidate for president in America, and she says that Biden has only 5 years to live, and I actually looked it up based on, what do they call it, actuarial charts or something? Actuarial charts. He basically has only 5 years to live. He's an 80-year-old man. Even if he was healthy, he would only live for about seven years. But because he's so sick, the guy's going to die. And
the whole point of this story is to say that Biden is old.
Yeah, they want to they're basically, it's not even a dog whistle to people. They're basically reminding people that the guy's going to die. He's doing a bad job as it is, and then someone worse is going to be in it.
It's Biden's old, but it's also Nikki Haley trying to make her mark. The other day, she sort of criticised DeSantis and said Disney are welcome in South Carolina, which was an absurd thing to say because Disney is this awful woke company, and so she's kind of coming at DeSantis from the left. But now she's trying to say, oh, I'm pretty tough, though. Look at me attack Biden. I mean, that's my take. What do you think, Paul?
Well, I mean, very quickly on DeSantis. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong in terms of... You can't have a company within a state that's bigger or above the law of the state. You can't have that at all. It doesn't matter what state you're in. With regards to Biden, I don't think you should have the battle on the age thing because Donald Trump's his competitor and he's of a similar age. He's just cognitively a lot sharper.
Yeah, well, we've got to move on. But just as a note, Biden's not doing anything. We all know this. It's the Biden administration. Victor Davis Hanson described Biden as the scab on the far left wound. So, little image for you there.